All right, we're ready to go. But this week we're gonna do it a little bit different. I built something that should help, well, mostly you not to go over time, because we know how you can be.
I don't go over time.
Here, check this out. Hey guys.
Hello.
So this week we're talking about a project that I've been working on for the last 2 weeks or so.
Uh-huh.
Addie has a habit of going over when we're recording zombie tech and first spin and this show.
There's too much excitement to be talked about.
Yeah, well, now this might help a little bit. We'll see how it goes. With big red numbers flashing in front of her, maybe I won't have to add it nearly as much to bring
Maybe
things back down to the right time.
Your hand gesticulations will have an effect whenever you tell me there's 10 minutes left.
We used to try to use hand signals, but she just ignores me.
Well, you waved like a crazy man.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't care as much because she doesn't have to edit these things.
True.
All right. So, this is the TikTok podcast clock.
And it's very appropriate because tomorrow is New Year's Eve.
Well, this
And,
clock counts up, not down.
Well, I know, but it's like a clock project for the turn of the new year, for the oncoming onset of time.
Okay. But I mostly don't want to have to spend as much time editing.
Yeah,
So
well,
to me, this is more of a DIY studio project than a theme project.
it is rack mount, which is very nice.
Yeah. Addie was the one who painted the front of it for me there.
Yep.
That's really cool. She did her Chinese painting magic on it.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to show you guys how it works here. And it's not terribly complicated, so yeah, we'll just go through it here. There's one switch on it, and that switch picks whether or not the propeller is in active counting mode or if it's in low power mode. When it's in low power mode, it shuts down all but one cog, it turns all of its pins off, and it puts itself into RC slow, which is a very slow clock speed. And that means it's basically just sipping nothing for power.
Mm-hmm.
When you flip the switch, it starts the clock back up, starts counting, and puts it into fast mode so it can be very accurate in its timing.
By crystal?
Yes, by the external crystal. All right, what the parallax propeller is doing, it's using 3 pins to talk to the first in a daisy chain of shift registers. These are 74HC595 shift registers. It's an 8-bit serial in, parallel out chip that can chain together. So the prop just needs to talk to the first one, and the first one will talk to the second one to the third one, so on and so forth down the chain. So what we have here is the ability to use 3 pins on the propeller to have 32 bits of output. Now, in this case, we're using those outputs to control a set of LEDs inside of 7-segment LED displays. These are actually 9-segment displays. They have periods before and after each one of the digits, but we're only really using the 7 segments of the actual numbers here. Okay, so when the propeller is counting up, it's basically just sending out a string of 1s and 0s to those shift registers to pick which of the segments are supposed to be on and which ones are supposed to be off. Now, to make this a little bit more power efficient and a little bit cooler, we added 2 N3904 NPN transistors to the common ground on each one of the digits. So I can use 4 pins on the parallax propeller to do pulse width modulation on individual digits. So that allows me to control their brightness, to allow them to fade in and out, to only have the ones on at any time that I want on, etc.
Cool.
Pretty simple stuff.
Yeah.
Most of the complex stuff in the code, which will be linked in the description here, has to do with managing the cogs.
Well, that's not too bad. You just spawn a new one off, right?
Yes, but in this particular case, we are using all 8 cogs of the parallax propeller.
Ah.
The main cog is basically in switch monitoring duty. He's paying attention to that switch and doing the work of turning the prop in and out of power saving mode. You have a cog that is counting up. You have a cog that is dealing with the serial communications.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a cog that is dealing with doing the actual pulse width modulation on those 4 NPN transistors. Now, the last 4 cogs, they get spawned off when a digit needs to fade in. And they're only there as long as it takes to fade a digit in. And digits fade in when they change. So I needed 4 cogs for when you do the big change of all 4 digits changing at the same time.
Say that 10 times fast.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's pretty simple. It's only ever using as many cogs as it has to at a time. So it's a lot of the code complexity is in that. But it's not very complicated. Go through the code. Even if you don't understand spin, you should pretty much be able to get what's going on here. It's not very complicated.
Okie dokie.
All right, so I think that's it for this little weekly Friday edition of Toy Makers.
Uh-huh.
If you would like to listen to our podcast that this timer will be used for primarily, you can check them out at zombietech.tv and firstspin.tv.
Correctamundo.
First Spin is all about Addie learning how to program parallax propellers to do this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think this upcoming week she's going to be doing some addressable RGB LED stuff.
Finally gonna complete that circle.
Yeah. Hopefully she can move on to building, I don't know, rocket ships or something soon, because I want to go to the moon.
I know you do.
I saw that video of her going to the moon a couple
With
weeks
the moon
ago.
cows and such?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, where's the whisker seat? But then I realized I did the animation. And
You forgot to put it in.
yeah, well, I didn't want to spend the time to draw myself.
Well.
But now I've gone to the trouble to do that.
So you can give yourself a helmet too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
I need to build myself a space helmet because you have one. But yours is really dorky looking.
I like mine.
Maybe I should go for the Darth Vader look.
But you're not my father.
Dude's got breathing issues.
He does. That's why he needs that mask.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see y'all on Tuesday.
Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye. We post videos all the time, so don't forget to subscribe. And follow us on Twitter at TYMKRS.